नमस्कार विद्यार्थी मित्रांनो, आज आपण इयत्ता 9वीच्या सेमी इंग्लिशचं विज्ञान 1 चा पहिलं प्रकरण लॉज ऑफ मोशन शिकणार आहोत. ओके, नाउ फ्रॉम फॉलोइंग एक्झाम्पल, इन विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग एक्झाम्पल कॅन यू सेन्स मोशन? कशामध्ये आपल्याला गती दिसते? द फ्लाइट ऑफ ए बर्ड is a motion. Okay, a stationary train is not a motion. Leaves flying through air is a motion. A stone lying on hill is not a motion. That is, example 2 and 4 are not in motion. Objects are not in motion, and first and third are in motion. Why we say like this? Because the flight of birds, that is with respect to us or with respect to surrounding, bird change its position. That's why bird is in motion. Leaves also changes their position with respect to surrounding. That's why they are in motion. But stationary train not change its position with respect to platform or surrounding or observer. Then we say that the train is not in motion. Similarly, for a stone lying on a hill. Now, see second example. If there second example, you are traveling in a bus. Is the person standing next to you is in motion? No. With respect to me, is not in motion. But with respect to surrounding, is in motion. What do you taken into consideration to design if an object is moving or not? That if any object changes its position with respect to observer or surrounding, then we say that it is in motion. So that you have learned that motion is a relative concept. Okay. Next, laws of motion. Motion of an object. If the position of an object is changing with respect to its surrounding, आपण मागच्या एक्झाम्पल्स वरून बघितलं. If the position of an object is changing with respect to its surrounding, then it is said to be in motion. Otherwise, it is said to be at rest. Write down this definition: motion of object. Okay. Now next one, what is by distance? Suppose point A and there is another point B. If an object displaces from point A to point B in straight line or in peripheral road, then what is distance? Distance is the length of actual path followed by an object, traveled by an object in motion while going from one point to another. What's the definition of distance? Distance is the length of actual path traveled by an object in motion while going from one point to another. So there is no necessary of direction. That's why distance is a scalar quantity. Second, in the SI system, the unit of distance is meter, while in the CGS system, it is centimeter. Another physical quantity, displacement. Displacement is the minimum distance between the starting point and finishing point. That is, we also say that displacement is the straight line path followed by an object from initial point to final point. So it having the directions. That's why displacement is vector quantity. In the SI system, the unit is meter, while in the CGS system, it is in centimeter. Same as the distance. What is by speed? Now speed is related to distance. The distance traveled by an object in unit time is called its speed. The distance traveled by an object in unit time is called its speed. That is, speed is equal to total distance traveled divided by time required. So speed is related to distance. Speed is scalar quantity. The SI unit of speed, SI system, in SI system, the unit of speed is meter per second, because distance is meter divided by time in second. That's why its SI unit is meter per second and CGS unit is centimeter per second. So we got the formula of speed. Speed is equal to total distance traveled divided by time required. Another physical quantity is velocity. Velocity is related to displacement. The distance traveled by an object in one direction by the distance traveled in one direction by an object in unit time is called its velocity. Velocity is displacement that occurs in unit time. Velocity is vector quantity. The unit of velocity is same as that of velocity of unit of speed. In SI system is meter per second, while in CGS system it is centimeter per second. Therefore, we got the equation velocity is equal to displacement upon time. Now, we always remember from these two examples the four physical quantity, that is distance, displacement, speed and velocity, that the units of speed and velocity are the same, the unit of distance and displacement are the same. In the SI system, the unit of speed and velocity is meter per second, while in CGS system is centimeter per second. Speed is related to distance while velocity is related to displacement. If the motion is along the straight line, the value of speed and velocity are the same. Otherwise, they can be different. Velocity is the displacement that occurs in unit time. Velocity depends on speed as well as direction, and that velocity changes by. Velocity changes by changing speed while keeping the direction same, changing the direction while keeping the speed is same, changing the speed as well as the direction. The first scientist to measure the speed as the distance upon time was Galileo. The speed of sound in dry air is 343.2 meter per second, and that of speed of light is 3 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second. The speed of revolution of the earth around the sun is 29,770 meter per second. If an object covers equal distance in equal time interval, it is said to be with uniform speed. That is, it covers equal distance in equal interval of time. Then we say that that object is in uniform speed. And opposite to that, if an object covers unequal distance in equal interval of time, then it is said to be moving with non-uniform speed. For example, motion of vehicle being driving through heavy traffic असेल तर आपण स्पीड कमी जास्त करावा लागतो. गर्दी आली का कमी करतो आपण, गर्दी गेली का वाढवतो. दॅट इज द नॉन युनिफॉर्म स्पीड. Now, what is by acceleration? The rate of change of velocity is called acceleration. जेव्हा velocity speed आपण change करतोय, that is the rate of change of velocity is called acceleration. So, the formula of acceleration is equal to change in velocity per unit time. Change in velocity upon time. Let if the initial velocity is small u, in time interval t, if we apply force F on it, it changes the velocity, final velocity v. Therefore, acceleration A is equal to final velocity minus initial velocity divided by time. That is, we got a equation. A is denoted, acceleration is denoted by small a is equal to final velocity v minus initial velocity u upon t. A is equal to v minus u upon t. T multiply तिकडे जाताना काय होणार, डिवाइड तिकडे जाताना multiply. At v is equal to u plus at is the first kinematical equation. The SI unit of acceleration is meter per second square and CGS unit is centimeter per second square. If the velocity of an object changes during a certain time period, then it is said to be have accelerated motion. That is, velocity change occur during a certain time period, then we say that that object in accelerated motion. An object in motion can two types of acceleration. When an object is at rest in beginning, that is initial velocity is 0, u is equal to 0. What is its initial velocity? U is equal to 0, definitely. When an object comes to rest at end of motion, what is the final velocity? It comes to rest, that's why its final velocity v is equal to 0. From this we got positive, negative and zero acceleration. Idea of positive, negative and zero acceleration. When an object can have positive or negative acceleration, when the velocity of an object increases, the acceleration is positive. In this case, acceleration is in the direction of velocity. When the velocity of an object decreases with time, it is said to be negative acceleration. Negative acceleration is also called as deceleration. Its direction is opposite to the direction of velocity. If the velocity of object does not changes with time, it is zero acceleration. Body is in stable state, Object is in stable state, it is the zero acceleration. When the initial velocity is greater than final velocity, then it is negative acceleration. When initial velocity is less than final velocity, then it is the positive acceleration. If the velocity changes with respect to time, okay, then we say that that object is in accelerated motion. Uniform motion. Now here time, distance and speed. In time, we not start the time. Now we start the time. In 10 seconds, distance covered by an object is 15. In 20 next 10 seconds, 30. Next 10 seconds, 45. Every time interval it covers equal distance. That's why speed remains constant, so that an object in uniform motion covers equal distance in equal time interval. Thus the graph between distance and time is a straight line. Then we say that that motion is uniform motion. If the distance time graph above, what does the slope? Slope is nothing but speed. Uh, Vice versa here. Now first 5 seconds it covers zero distance. Second 10 seconds 7 meter. Second 5 seconds 12 meter. Next 5 seconds 20 meter. That is unequal distance in equal interval of time. Then we say that distance changes non-uniformly with time. Thus the bus having non-uniform velocity. An object is non-uniform motion, covers unequal distance in equal interval of time. Thus the graph between distance and time is not a straight line. Now equation of motion. Newton studies the motion of an object and gave a set of three equations of motion. These relate the displacement, velocity, acceleration and time. That is, Newton gives the relation between distance, that is s, velocity u and v, initial velocity u, final velocity v, acceleration small a, time t of an object moving along a straight line. Suppose an object is in motion along a straight line with initial velocity u, it attains final velocity small v in time small t. Due to acceleration a, it displaces s. The three equations of motion can be written as: first is v is equal to u plus at. This is the relation between velocity and time. Second, s is equal to ut plus 1 half at square. This is the relation between the displacement and time. And third, v square is equal to u square plus 2as. This is the relation between displacement and velocity. When an object is moving with constant speed along a circular path, the changes in velocity is only due to change in direction. Hence, it is accelerated motion. When an object moves with constant speed along circular path, the motion is called uniform circular motion. Now, what is by uniform circular motion? When an object moves with constant speed along a circular path, the motion is called uniform circular motion. The example, the motion of stone in sling, or that at any point on bicycle wheel when they are in uniform motion. If an object moving along a circular path of radius r, time taken t, to comes back to in its starting position, its speed can be determined by using the formula speed is equal to circumference upon time. That is, total distance covered is nothing but circumference of that circular path, that is circumference upon time. Circumference is given by 2 pi r upon t. Okay, now we see some example from our three kinematical equation. V is equal to u plus at, s is equal to ut plus half at square, v square is equal to u square plus 2a. Now an athlete is running on a circular track. It runs distance 400 meter in 25 seconds. Before returning to its original position, what is the average speed and velocity? Total distance traveled is equal to 400 meter. Total displacement is 0. Displacement, because it is on circular path, therefore it changed its direction in every point. That's why velocity is changes if its direction changes. Speed remains constant also. That's why its displacement is 0. As it returns to original position, total time taken 25 seconds. We want to find average speed, average velocity. What is the formula for average speed? Average speed is equal to total distance covered upon total time taken. So total distance is, circumference is 400 meter upon time taken 25. 25 ones are 25. Now 15 is carry, 15 150, 25 6 are 150. That is 16 meter per second. Now average velocity, total displacement upon total time taken. Displacement is obviously 0 upon 25, that is 0 meter per second. Now there is second example. An aeroplane taxi on the runway for 30 seconds with acceleration of 3.2 meter per second square before taking off. ती उड्डाण करायच्या आधी किती गेली आहे 3.2 मीटर पर सेकंड स्क्वेअर ऍक्सलरेटने 30 सेकंद केलं. हाऊ मच डिस्टन्स, तर त्या रनवेवर त्याने किती डिस्टन्स कव्हर केलं. ऍक्सलरेशन इज इक्वल टू 3.2 मीटर पर सेकंड स्क्वेअर. टाइम टेकन 30 seconds. Initial velocity aeroplane remains constant initially, therefore u is equal to 0. We want to find the distance cover on runway, that is s is equal to question mark. We use here the second kinematical equation, s is equal to ut plus half at square. Now initial velocity is 0, therefore take the put the value u 0 into multiply by t is 30 seconds plus half a acceleration is 3.2 meter per second square, that is 3.2 into time 30 square. 30 square is 900, 3.2 the half 1.630 the 0. 1.6 into 900, that is 90 into 16, that is 1440 meter. Third example, a kangaroo can jump. It is very important example. A kangaroo can jump 2.5 meter vertically. What must be the initial velocity of the kangaroo? Then acceleration a is equal to 9.8 meter per second square. Okay, why? Because kangaroo jumps against the force of gravity. Therefore, a is equal to minus 9.8 meter per second, because minus negative sign is used at acceleration is in direction opposite to that of velocity. A is equal to minus 9.8. S is equal to how much it jumps? 2.5 meter. Initial final velocity, कोणती ऑब्जेक्ट वर फेकल्यानंतर तो थांबतो मग खाली येतो. म्हणजे सुरुवातीचा वेग जास्त असतो, वेग कमी कमी होत जातो आणि फायनल पोझिशनला 0 होऊन मग तो खाली येतो. दॅट इज v is equal to 0, u is equal to we want to find. Third kinematical equation we use here, v square is equal to u square plus 2as. Therefore, what's the initial velocity? Final velocity, तो थांबणार आहे मग खाली येणार आहे, that is 0. 0 square is equal to initial velocity you want to find, that is u square plus 2. A acceleration is minus 9.8 into s 2.5 meter ची jump आहे म्हणून, that is 0 is equal to u square minus 2.5 into 9.8, 49. That is u square is equal to 49. Taking square root, u is equal to 7 meter per second. Initial velocity is 7 meter per second. That's why he goes 2.5 meter high. Fourth example, a motorboat starts from rest and moves with uniform acceleration. If it attains the velocity 15 meter per second in 5 seconds, calculate the acceleration and distance traveled in time. What is the initial velocity of motorboat? 0. U is equal to 0. Final velocity 15 meter per second. Time taken t is equal to 5 seconds. Acceleration is equal to change in velocity upon time, that is final velocity minus initial velocity upon t. V minus u upon t. 15 minus 0 upon t. 15 upon 3, that is 3 meter per second square. ठीक आहे, आज आपण एवढ्याच गोष्टी बघूया. त्याच्यानंतर पुढच्या लेक्चरला आपण न्यूटन्स लॉज ऑफ मोशन बघणार.